Please be aware that the comments, views, opinions shared on this podcast are not meant to diagnose a medical problem and/or legal problem. If you do have a medical problem or legal problem, kindly contact a professional.
Welcome to An Apple a Day, a podcast, a resource, a community. Share your experiences and learn from others as we overcome barriers and learn to live a happy, healthy life with a disability. Welcome to the community. Here's your host, Jimmy Apple.
Welcome to another episode of An Apple a Day. I'm your host, Jimmy Apple. Before we begin, let me remind you, An Apple a Day is brought to you by www.famousapple.com. Famousapple.com is the home site for this podcast. You get a minute, go over there, check it out. Let me know what you think, huh? Hey, we got a good one for you today. We've got an interview with Dennis, the exotic fruit lover. You're going to love this one. But before we start, I want to touch on some information about the coronavirus. Now, let me just tell you this. I was talking with the doctor and asking them what can be done for people who are disabled. And what he said was, and this goes not just for people who are disabled, but for everybody. The one thing that you have to do is maintain your immune system. And you're probably saying, well, Jimmy, how do I maintain my immune system? Well, what you have to do is you have to get enough sleep. That's number one. And by enough sleep, they mean 7 to 9 hours a day sleep. And you're saying, well, I'm disabled. I'm home. I don't have anywhere to go the next day. So I stay up at night and I watch TV. How many times have we said here on the podcast, maintain a regular schedule? So maintain a regular schedule. Go to bed at night. Don't sit up and watch TV. Don't sit up and play on the computer. Sleep. Get yourself 7 hours sleep and use the same rule of thinking. You have no place to go. So get 7 hours sleep. It'll recharge your immune system. The other thing they say is eat your fruits and vegetables. That's right. It's good for your immune system. It builds it up. If you start sleeping 4 hours a day, 4 or 5 hours a day. Some people sleep 6. You're cutting your immune system by 50%, and that's leaving you open. This virus that's out there attacks your immune system, and I don't want to see any of my friends getting sick. So please, for your own sake, get the sleep, eat the fruits, eat the vegetables. Do what you have to do. Take your medication. Take your medication the way you're supposed to take your medication, please. And those exercises that they gave you in physical rehab, continue to do them because the exercises are good for your immune system as well. Just keep on moving around. Get some exercise as much as you can. And whatever you do, keep your distance from other people. Don't let people get too close to you. Just keep yourself safe. Now, I also have a couple of updates from Social Security and Medicare I'd like to share with you. So let's get started here. This first notice is from the press office for the Department of Social Security. It's an update on services during the COVID-19 pandemic from Andrew Saul, the Commissioner of Social Security. He writes, I want you to hear directly from me how the COVID-19 pandemic is affecting our services. The first thing you should know is that we continue to pay benefits. Be aware that scammers may try to trick you into thinking that pandemic is stopping your Social Security payments, but this is not true. Don't be fooled. To protect and help stop the spread of the coronavirus, we cannot accept visitors in our offices at this time. There are several other ways we can help you. Many services are available online at www.socialsecurity.gov. If you have a critical need that you cannot address online, we can help you over the phone. Please visit our COVID-19, that's the COVID-19 webpage at www.socialsecurity.gov/coronavirus to find out what services we are continuing and which ones we are suspending, how to contact us, and important information about headlines we are extending to ease the burden on you and medical providers during this pandemic. To get more information from Social Security News, follow the press office on Twitter at SSA Press. Okay, that's from the Department of Social Security. All right, this next notice comes from Medicare, and it says, Medicare has temporarily expanded its coverage of telehealth services to respond to COVID-19. Medicare beneficiaries can temporarily use telehealth services for common office visits, mental health counseling, and preventive health screenings. This will help ensure Medicare beneficiaries are able to visit their doctor from their home without having to go to the doctor's office or hospital, which puts themselves and others at risk. If you have an existing healthcare appointment or think you need to see a doctor, please call them first to see if your appointment can be conducted over a smartphone with the video capability or any device using video technology like a tablet or a laptop. For some appointments, a simple check-in over the phone without video capabilities may suffice. This is important. If you think you've been exposed to COVID-19 and develop a fever and symptoms such as a cough or difficulty breathing, call your healthcare provider immediately. Remember, Medicare covers all the lab tests for COVID-19. You don't pay any out-of-pocket costs. And for the latest information on the coronavirus, visit Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Now, speaking of that, I have some websites and a phone number for you that you can get information. The first one is for the CDC. The phone number for that is 1-800-CDC-INFO. That's CDC-INFO. It's an 800 number, and you can get information from them. Now, as far as a website for the CDC, you can go to www.cdc.gov/COVID-19. For Social Security, you can go to www.socialsecurity.gov/coronavirus. For Medicare, you can go to medicare.gov. For Social Security on Twitter, you can go at SSA Press. Those are the websites that you can get all information from the Social Security, Medicare, the CDC, and keep yourself up to date. All right, let's move along here. All right, I'd like to introduce you to our guest on the podcast today. He's the host of a Facebook group called Exotic Fruit Lovers. Now, you might be thinking, fruit lovers, okay. No. You've never met anybody like this person. Believe me. And you're going to learn a lot today. And a lot of the good stuff, not the boring stuff. So I'm not even going to drag this out anymore. All right, we have Dennis. He's the exotic fruit man. That's right. I've known this man, almost 40 years. And believe me, when he gets involved in something, this man gets involved. That's why we have him on here to let you know about exotic fruits. That's right, exotic fruits. Now, for me, when someone says to me fruits, I think of bananas and apples. Not this man. He's going to tell you about fruits that you've never heard of before. Actually, fruits that'll probably scare the crap out of you. But they're good. They're good. So, Dennis, how are you? How are you, my friend?
Okay, I'm pretty good. Glad to be here.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for coming by. Hey, let me ask you, how long have you been into this? How long have you been into these exotic fruits?
Oh, boy, it has to be since maybe I was 7 years old. I just love to see all the different shapes, different styles of fruits. And actually, even back then, we didn't even have half the fruits that are out on the markets today.
I've never seen. I went on your website and I've never seen these fruits before. I've never seen the colors. The most brightest color fruit I've ever seen is a banana, a yellow banana. But
no, they got some crazy fruits out there now.
What caught your interest in it though to begin with? I mean, you said when you're young.
Right. It's just mainly, I guess, the shape. Like there's this one thing called a Buddha hand or a Buddha lemon.
Uh-huh.
It's actually a lemon, but it has like anywhere from 6 to 9 fingers all coming out. Damn. I mean, if you look up on Google, it's called Buddha hand lemon, and you'll see the picture of it. It's really amazing. I mean, and usually it's just meant for using for zest, for cooking.
Really?
Not for juices, yeah.
And it's a lemon?
Yeah, it's actually a lemon. And they're all fingers, they call it Buddha fingers. Some places may call it different, but if you Google it, you could definitely find that.
Now,
That's just one.
yeah, well, like I said, I was on your website, Exotic Fruit Lovers, your Facebook group, and those
Right.
pictures. Some of them are, I mean, they all look exotic. Everything looks
Yeah.
exotic on that page. But
I mean, like a banana. I mean, we only know yellow bananas,
right,
but as years through research, and coming up with things, I mean, I never knew there was actually a sky blue banana,
get out of
red
here.
banana. I mean, red. I'm talking red, not like the red bananas you see today.
You don't, you
Really
don't,
incredible.
you don't find them like in Grand Union or ShopRite.
Never. Yeah, that you won't find. You'll find little red bananas. They're like a scarlet.
Right.
No, they're more like just a deep red. But the new ones that are out today is like a deep scarlet, like a maroon color red.
Yeah.
Really
And
nice.
Did they taste like bananas?
Yeah, they're actually very sweet. And there's this one, the sky blue one, that's actually like a very pale blue. That's the name of that one is actually called ice cream.
Really?
Yeah, because when you actually eat it, it actually has the remnants of the flavor of vanilla ice cream.
Really? Nice.
Yeah.
I could use that.
Yep, me too.
Now, what makes these fruits exotic? Like, would you consider an orange to be exotic, say?
No, orange is a common fruit. You have almost three categories. You got common, you got tropical, and you got exotic.
What would be the difference between common and exotic?
Okay, the common fruit will be like apples, peaches, orange. Then the tropical fruit would be like banana, papaya, coconut, mango, pineapple.
And
then you have the exotic fruit, which would be like jackfruit, star fruit, dragon fruit, and the other one called the rambutan.
Rambutan.
Yep, it's very interesting.
All right, the exotic group. None of those are grown like in America.
No, none of them. Though the only one, jackfruit, could actually be grown in Florida area.
It can.
Yeah, that one is already known to be produced in there.
Well, what about bananas, though? Bananas can be grown here, no?
Yeah, a certain variety can be grown here, too. Believe it or not, I could even grow a banana here, and I'm up here in the north.
Right.
And but every season I have to cut that down, mulch the base of it, and just hope that it should come back, because it's a very hardy variety, and it can come back each year, providing the winter wasn't severe.
Right. Now, you always hear with the fruits antioxidants. Do all of these fruits have antioxidants? Because the people that we're talking to here, these people have compromised immune system. Some of them are on medications, heavy doses of medications, and you really don't want to mix processed with medications and stuff like that.
Right.
Do you know what the antioxidants actually do?
Antioxidants, they fight free radicals in the body.
Okay.
In other words, they'll kill off, bad bacteria, bad free radicals that come in your cells and stuff like that.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of these fruits, help out. Like watermelon is phenomenal. That has a high rating.
Really?
Cranberries have a high rating of antioxidants. Red grapes, peaches, oranges, and jackfruit is like the highest of all.
Really? And those would be good for you? They would get the toxins out and stuff like that?
Yep. Yep. That is, but it's not something that you just have with just eating one fruit. I mean, unfortunately, just like most things, you got to stick with it for a while. Let it really build up.
But you know what? It's better that than to be eating the processed food and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Much better. The benefits of antioxidants are that they protect your blood cells. They play a role in, the free radicals played a role in heart disease, cancers, and diseases. But the free radicals have vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin B, and a type of protein called carotenoid. That word gets me confused sometimes, but that's all helpful.
Well, I know that as a diabetic, I know fruits are better for you than the processed sugars.
Oh yeah.
That I know. My nutritionist tells me that all the time, and the endocrinologist for that matter.
Right, because the the sugar in fruits is a completely different type of sugar.
Right, it's natural, right?
Right. The body could break that down, and it doesn't store that in your body as much as like sodas or candies or cakes and stuff like that.
But the one thing I do know with fruits do contain, some fruits contain carbohydrates.
Right.
And
Yep.
but that you can always find that on the internet. All you have to do, I know I do that now.
Right.
Yeah, you can look up like carbohydrates for a small apple or a medium apple, stuff like that. But some fruits do contain carbohydrates. But the sugars, I know the sugars are much better from the fruits, from what I'm told,
Yep.
than what it is to use artificial sweeteners and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah, because they have more, just the content. So let's say, all right, I'll give you a little example here. Let's look up banana. The banana helps grow strong bones, powers the brain, helps prevent ulcers, reduces depression. It reduces blood pressure and the risk of heart disease. Each fruit actually has their purpose.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. If there's mood enhancers to any of these fruits, do any of them affect your mood? And evidently, a banana must.
Definitely, yeah. Like a banana. Banana's it'll make you happy. Yeah. Banana's a great mood thing.
It must, because with everything that's in it, like what you just read, that it has to affect something, and it affects depression, right?
Oh yeah. Like I'll give you a couple examples. Mood enhancers. The best ones are bananas and berries. They're rich in anthocyanins, which is a low risk for depression.
Really?
Bananas have vitamin B6. This makes a happy mood.
Cool.
And also has a high potassium, which if you have aches and pains, the banana should help that too.
Excellent.
Yeah, they have a lot of benefits, a lot of each one. I'll do one more here. It's, believe it or not, a coconut. Regulates thyroid function.
Really?
Improves brain function, yep. Maintains body mass. Stimulates immunity. Gives you full energy. Glowing skin, rich in fiber. It's amazing. Like each fruit has their specific.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Actually, that's really good. These are things you discuss on your group, right?
Oh, yeah. We'll have all that.
Got another question for you, though. How about like an aphrodisiac, like a Spanish fly? Any of them?
Right.
Did any of them improve your sex life?
They do. There are some fruits that actually known to do this.
Because if there are, I'm going out to buy a bunch of them.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Go out and get as many watermelons as you can, because that's like number one.
I can see it now. My wife will love that.
Yep. Watermelon, figs, and strawberries. They'll do it.
Yeah, what do you want for dinner? Figs, watermelon, and strawberries.
Really. Yeah, I want an 8-pound watermelon.
No pits, please.
That's right.
Is there any one fruit, though, that's like not so healthy to eat?
Ooh, yeah, there's a couple out there that are actually very dangerous.
Really?
Very, very deadly. And here's the weirdest part. Just the other day, I actually bought a star fruit, which is called a lampanbola. That actually can cause severe kidney problems for anyone who's got kidney problems.
Really?
Yeah, well, I guess I'm glad. I guess I don't have kidney problems, because I ate a whole star fruit the other day, and I happened to research it, and that was pretty scary. I said, "Oh my goodness, I ate that." Yeah.
So you do have to be careful with it, I guess. Then it's like kind of like sushi. What is it? That blowfish that you can't eat or something?
Yeah, it's like a pufferfish.
Yeah.
And it's very bad. It has toxin.
Right.
Yeah, like toxins in it. Oh, here it is. It's called the rambutan. It's also very dangerous. It could give you allergies and diarrhea for the first time eating it. So they recommend you only eat 3 or 4, for the first time, maybe 5 the most. People with stomach ulcers are in danger because it affects the stomach right away.
Really?
Oh, it's bad. Yeah, and the star fruit, they recommend for first-time eaters, just eat a few pieces at a time, because it will actually have a neurotoxin in it. So I can't understand how they sell them in markets yet.
Really?
Yeah,
They should have a warning or something on it.
Up to a point.
Yeah.
But I guess it's only for people who have issues, But how do you know, if you don't know about the fruit?
Well, it comes from a certain region, right? So I guess those people might be immune to it.
Yeah, definitely. It all comes from the islands, like, Jamaica, a lot of Asian countries. Philippines is a big grower with that.
Wow.
There's another fruit called key fruit, which is totally uncommon for this area and maybe just for the area where it comes from, like the Philippines or so.
Right.
It's very highly dangerous. You have to know how to prepare it to actually eat it.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, things like this you'd never think with fruit. You'd think fruit, you pick it off a tree.
That's right.
Wash
Just
it and eat it. But
no, especially that star fruit, could actually affect the nervous system.
Wow.
And like apples, I mean, we could eat apples. The apples are not fruit. I mean, the apples are, no problem. But
right.
if you eat, like they say, more than 10 seeds or so, and you can end up getting cyanide poisoning.
From an apple?
Yeah, the
Really?
seeds, but it ain't from the apple. The meat itself from the apple, the flesh is actually the seeds. If you eat the seeds, you could get cyanide poison.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's very dangerous, the seeds. And just like any stone pit, as they call it, like stone fruit, which be apricot, peaches, nectarines. For some reason, some people like to open up those pits and eat the shell, eat the meat inside. It actually looks like an almond.
Right. I've seen that.
That's high in cyanide.
Really?
Yep.
I never
You
knew.
could actually literally die from eating too many of those things.
I never knew that either.
Yep. It's very dangerous. But then again, I don't know what too many people would want to get into that. You eat a nutcracker without it.
That's amazing to me.
Yeah.
And now that's something that you can go to Grand Union or ShopRite or something and buy.
Sure. That's right.
And
Now, here's a little story that I never realized this until now, too, doing research. When I was younger, my uncles used to constantly do that. Crack open because it looks like an almond, the shell. I'm sorry, the pit looks like an almond. So they kind of taught me, how to break it open, and I was eating those things at that time. But I guess I was young and I was able to deal with the, whatever problem. I didn't eat enough of it.
You were young and healthy.
Yeah. But it was scary knowing that we were all eating that because they didn't know back then.
Well, this is true too.
Today.
What about the taste of some of them? Like there's one fruit that I saw on your page, and you call it a prickly. What is it?
Oh, prickly pear.
Prickly pear. That thing scares the crap out of me.
It looks like an alien ball.
Yeah. You asked a question on your website. It said, "Where did it come from?" My first answer was Mars. But
right.
what does that taste like? Have you ever tasted it?
Yeah, in fact, that's one of my second favorite fruits.
I
had that since I was 7 years old with my grandparents.
What would possess you to say, I want to eat that?
Sometimes just looking at exotic fruits, it's like a whole nother world. It's just like, it just intrigues you. It just attracts your eye. It attracts your attention, your curiosity. So that's how, I guess maybe I could almost say maybe my family way back then, when they used to have all these things, that's what got me into this and always having an interest in this stuff. So when the first time they opened that up, the color was, I can't even express the amazing color of a deep maroon, like a magenta type color. It was like a beet red. So I said, wow, that's kind of weird. So they cut it open and they let me taste it. It was super juicy.
Really?
And it had a million seeds in it, but they're okay because they'll pass right through your body. But the flavor, it was like really sweet and it was really nice looking.
Now,
it had a great flavor.
Have you ever taken one of these exotic fruits and not been able to eat it because of the taste?
Oh yeah. There's one fruit called a durian. When you want to talk about something that looks like an alien pod. This thing looks like a dinosaur. It actually has spikes on it, literally around the whole fruit. It's all spikes, and it's kind of hard to, handle. I just, out of curiosity, I was on a quest. I was searching for this all through the markets, wherever I could find it. Finally, I found one in the Asian market in my area. I bought it, took it home, and they actually recommend don't open it in the house because you'll stink your house up.
Now that's bad. That's bad when they tell you not to cut food in your house.
Yeah, well, this one anyway, but I did it outside on my porch. Now, I was outside, and that smell was incredible that I was like gagging. Yeah. It smelled like rotten eggs and sulfur. And it has just a canal, like it has 4 little canals that look like, I can't even explain, it's like a sack in a sense. When I took them out, it was super creamy. I was like custard. It looked so tempting, and I was almost putting weight to dig into it. So I got a spoon, and I said, well, here goes. I tasted that 1 spoonful in my mouth. It was kind of incredible, the texture. But when the flavor kicked in and my taste buds woke up, it was like, pooh. Oh, God, it was the worst thing ever I have ever. I it wouldn't even go down my throat.
Really?
I swished it in my mouth, and I had to spit it out because I couldn't do that.
Hey.
It was bad. But yet, it is super prized in the Philippines and China and all Asian countries. India, it's like their best fruit ever.
Well, you go to some of these countries, too, and they eat like bugs.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I guess it's their palate. Well, I guess their palate. But
and it's what you're brought up with. They were brought up with this, and it's their food on the land.
Exactly. I mean, if you gave them a hot dog, they probably like, what are you, crazy?
Yeah.
But
what do I do with it?
Yeah, exactly. But I was wondering because I look at the fruits that you have, the pictures that you have on that page. There's that one you have that one fruit. It's blue, and
right.
I look at that on my computer screen, and now naturally I can't smell it, but in my mind I can smell it and I can taste it, and I just think, I don't know, it's just very it's like, here, taste me. That's the only thing I can say about it.
Yeah, it was so crazy that even the inside is completely purple.
Right.
The skin outside is blue, but the meat inside is purple. And I've never experienced that one, and I don't think I ever could unless I go to that country. I'll never find that.
That just looks so good. There's something about it.
Yep. I mean, it's just like a purple potato.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like, a purple potato.
Yep. I mean, I've had purple potatoes. I've even grown them because I'm a huge vegetable grower. I used to enter my vegetables in competitions all around the area here.
Really?
And, I came in grand champion a couple times.
Did you?
Yeah, I even beat farmers. That was the incredible thing. But they had purple potatoes, and they're very more mealy, more gritty than regular potatoes. But, it was so cool making purple French fries.
Yeah, unbelievable. But that one fruit, out of some of the ones you have on there look like sea creatures.
Oh, yeah.
But that one...
eerie.
Yeah, they are. But that one fruit, that one blue fruit, that's so intriguing to me.
Yeah. Just like okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was saying the dragon fruit. You ever have a dragon fruit?
Never.
It actually, with a little imagination, it looks like the scales from a dragon. It's all red outside. Inside, there's 3 different types. There's a yellow, a white, and a magenta one. It's sort of a sweet flavor, but the white one is a little bland. The red one tastes just like the prickly pear one.
Uh-huh.
Because basically, that's also a cactus fruit. Same thing.
Then, see, that's another thing. I would never think to take a piece of fruit off of a cactus.
Yeah, exactly.
I never would. And you had told me about that before. And it's amazing. It's amazing where the fruit comes from, to me.
Yep. Like the jackfruit.
Uh-huh.
The way that thing grows, it doesn't grow off the leaves or off a branch like regular fruits do. This actually grows with a stump, just like a little stem, and it grows right off the base of a tree, right off the bark, like right off the stem.
Like not a fungus, but similar to it?
Something, yeah, it's not like a fungus, but it's just kind of odd how it grows off the tree itself.
Now
not off a branch. Yeah, exactly.
the jackfruit, that's the one that looks like a hairy watermelon.
Right. And that's the one. They look almost just like the durian fruit. The same thing. They got spikes on them also.
Right.
And there's another variety that's a little bit smoother.
And
as of now, that fruit is my number one favorite fruit in the world.
Is it?
Yep. My quest. I was on a quest for over 9 years to finally find one and taste this. And I finally found one about good 3-4 years ago now. And I found it at an Asian market in my area. I just couldn't wait to get home and cut that thing open. And here's the interesting thing: as soon as you have to wear gloves to clean these things out.
Why is
because
that?
when you open them, they ooze out a white milky, like a white milky substance.
Right.
That is actually pure latex.
Really?
Yep.
And you can eat.
And if you don't wear gloves, your hands, the knives, everything's going to be all sticky and gooey.
Oh, and that's safe to eat?
Yeah, because it has no toxins in it.
Wow.
Only to people who are maybe allergic to latex. So you just wipe it off. It's no thing. But to keep your hands clean and everything, you have to at least wear gloves. And they recommend you wipe your gloves with coconut oil and the knife you're going to cut it with, so nothing sticks to it.
When you buy this fruit, does it come with a set of directions?
No.
You have to, no?
Yeah, you're on your own.
You have to look this up.
Yep.
That's
so with this jackfruit, here's another little interesting thing about it. You ever have that juicy fruit gum?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how they got the flavor from juicy fruit gum.
From the jackfruit?
Yep.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's they created the flavor from that. If you chew that gum and think of jackfruit, you'll put the puzzle together.
Really?
Yep, pretty cool. And the flavor is phenomenal. I mean, I can't even explain the aroma of just the fruit itself when you open it. If you got a super ripe one, it's just like heaven. I mean, the flavor is just so incredible.
And you can open that one in your house, I guess.
Yeah, that's okay. That's no. Just that one durian fruit is like a really horrible. You have to do that outside.
Yeah.
But jackfruit right now, my freezer is filled with jackfruit.
Really?
Yeah, because I buy them in the freezer, make smoothies out of them. I'll just eat it at night when I'm on, for a dessert. I made jackfruit pancakes with them.
Get out of here.
Oh, they're so versatile. You can cook with it. You could do everything with it.
That was what I was just going to ask you that. Can you cook with that?
Yeah. There's actually inside there's a lot of fibers that hold down the pods. See what it is? They grow in pods all around inside, and they have this pit. All these pods are like strings and fibers. You can actually get those fibers, cook them down, and actually make a pulled pork out of them.
Really?
Yeah, I have a recipe for that. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I actually tried that one time. I made a pulled pork out of it, as for vegetarians.
Would you ever put those recipes on your page?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, because I think people
find it.
I think people would definitely be. I know I'd be interested in it.
Oh yeah, I could track that down. And the seeds. A lot of my Chinese friends told me. I used to tell them that I used to throw everything away, just keep the pods. No, don't throw the seeds away. They're the second best part of the whole fruit.
Really?
You boil the seeds. You could either boil them, and then when you boil them, you could either roast them or put them in with any dish you have. You could still cook the seeds.
What, like pumpkin seeds, stuff like that?
Yep, like that, or actually like a water chestnut.
Really?
Or roasted chestnuts. That's the flavor they said they actually taste like.
And there's no danger from eating those seeds.
Right, not with those at all.
Yeah, because we used to do that with the pumpkin seeds and the
sunflower
seeds.
Too.
You
yep.
Bake them up. I used to love that.
Oh, that was great.
And what about? Okay.
Yeah, any seed I get, I plant.
Yeah.
Any odd vegetable or fruit. By the way, I don't know what I'm throwing. Even though this is mainly about fruits, I don't know if you realize, like, every vegetable that has seeds in them is actually considered as a fruit family.
Really?
Yep, a cucumber, an eggplant, a tomato, they're all fruits.
Now, I've heard that going for the tomato, just for a second on a side point here. I've always heard the argument that some people say tomato is a fruit, other people say it's a vegetable.
Right.
So,
But
I don't
it's
know.
actually a fruit.
I like tomatoes, so it doesn't really matter to me. But but there's always been that argument. Even on TV shows you hear that sometimes. I think it was The Big Bang Theory. They had an argument on there whether it was a vegetable or a fruit. But Sheldon.
Right.
But
Yep.
now, can you with these fruits, the exotic fruits? Now I know, like with apples and oranges and stuff like that, you can juice them. But what about with the exotic fruits? Can you put them through a juicer also?
Yeah, pretty much. You have like a passion fruit, jackfruit. I don't, actually, believe it or not, I don't have a juicer. I've never done it, but I'm sure you can get something out of that. Most of these exotic fruits seem to kind of grow in a small version.
Right.
The only big ones was that durian and that jackfruit. Now, a jackfruit could actually grow up to 80 pounds.
Get out of here.
It's been known where 2 people have to carry it.
Could you imagine going to the grocery store?
Oh, say that again?
Can you imagine going to the grocery store and coming out with an 80-pound piece of fruit?
Yo, that I know, right? You have the kid. Can you help him bring it to my trunk?
Yeah, you need a forklift.
Yeah. Oh, but I mean, that's not super rare, but you won't see them that big, but they can grow to that big.
Wow.
Actually, I'm going to post a picture in my group, Exotic Fruit Lovers, and I'm going to show 2 guys lifting it up. This thing is a monster.
Wow. That's
It's huge.
an 80-pound.
Yeah, as far as...
I've seen 100-pound pumpkins and stuff, but...
Oh, I grew a 130-pound pumpkin.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I was still trying to go for that 200 and something pounder, but it never got lucky yet.
Now, you said before you could make a smoothie out of a jackfruit.
Yeah, definitely, because I've done that. I've made it. I got apples. Well, for a while I was getting on a bit of a health kick again. I bounce around, and I mixed in kale, jackfruit, apple, and I made a smoothie out of them because I have that Ninja blender, and that thing will mash up anything.
Yeah, my wife got into that the Ninja bullet thing.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, she's always drinking something green.
Yep. Oh yeah. And like even pancakes, I put jackfruit in with my pancakes, and they cook in there and they come out so good.
And you can mix it. Did you ever mix, like, some people make shish kebab. Can you mix?
You can do that.
Can you do that?
Yep, the shish kebab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can put in. It'll really go great with more with chicken.
Really?
It'll go good with chicken. Actually, I made a dish with that. I made, like peppers, sausage and peppers?
Right.
But I made it with sausage and chicken. No, I'm sorry. I made it with peppers and chicken and jackfruit.
Really?
Phenomenal flavor. I mean, that jackfruit just adds into that flavor when it gets incorporated with all that. Oh, such a good...
So I'm going to assume jackfruit is like your favorite?
Yeah. Right now, coconut and mango were my favorite, but now jackfruit is above everything.
And you can get the jackfruit here in
Yep.
You have to go to like a
Asian market.
That's what I was looking for, an Asian market or something like that.
Right. And believe it or not, now some supermarkets have actually gotten into this.
Have they?
Yeah, and actually that's where I've been buying most of my jackfruits now, from the supermarket. And they're a little pricey, but when you get the right one, oh my God, it's like phenomenal flavor. I mean, it will hook you into it right away. And there's 3 different colors.
What?
There's a deep orange and a yellow one.
And which would be the preferable one?
Right now, what I call now my reserved ones is the orange one.
Okay.
It just outbeat the flavor completely. It was so amazingly sweet.
Really?
The aroma, as soon as you open it up, it just blasts you right in the face, and it's like, oh man, this is crazy.
And what supermarket would you say? I mean, we'll give them a bit of a plug, I guess.
Well, from my area, I found them in ShopRites.
Really?
Yep. Maybe you'll find some kind of a big fruit market in the area. They may carry it.
I know.
And
I know back in the city because I'm from the Bronx.
Okay.
And I know you have the Korean fruit markets and stuff like that down there. Maybe in a place like that.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I'm from the Bronx too,
Right.
and I never was really into jackfruit back then, but I loved it as a exotic fruit. As part of my feelings about fruits, and that started my quest. When I seen this, I said I have to find these things. So it was so hard to find, but finally I found it, and all my expectations were right there about it.
Yeah. And to me, it's very interesting. And I never thought it would be until, unfortunately, I got a little sick. But and having to watch my diet now. And when I started looking at your, like I said, when I started looking at your page, like I always looked at your stuff, and
Right.
my sugar can go up like 100 points looking at your Oreo collection.
Yeah.
You put up a thing on Oreos, and I have to go take insulin. But when I started looking at this thing with the fruit, I'm like, I love fruit. I do love fruit. And I never seen some of these things. And I'm thinking to myself, it would be a good way just to vary, because when you're a diabetic, or when you're sick,
Right.
your choices are really limited. And it's nice
Exactly.
to come up with some different choices every once in a while. And it's nice to treat yourself. This is like a treat, if you ask me.
Oh, without doubt.
I'm really glad you came up with the group, because
Yep.
I know I joined.
I would say there's still a lot of fruits though, but you still have to be careful with some fruits. Like cherries are high in sugar.
Yeah.
So as far as diabetics, I'm not 100% if too many of them would be bad, but you can still have a couple.
Well, there's books out there for diabetics with fruit.
Yep. Yep.
And you can always look it up on the internet. Like,
Exactly.
if you go to a nutritionalist or even your endocrinologist, they usually give you paperwork on it. And
Right. They're good at that.
Yeah, they tell. I mean, I'd never seen jackfruit on the page, or any of that. But like cherries and stuff like that, they tell you that.
Yeah.
And they tell you a certain amount that you can eat. But
And you can also, to help out, you can actually cook a lot of fruits, like poach them, bake them. All that will help out a lot too.
and that'll knock out some of the sugar, right?
Right, exactly. That'll knock it out a little bit.
See, that's
I mean, you can make your own applesauce. You can make, pears and mash them up after they're cooked, and you got like pear sauce. There's a lot of things that can be done.
Yeah, my wife does that. She makes her own
Yep.
applesauce, and she makes from the figs. She makes that too.
You could cook apricots, peaches, nectarines, bananas. You could cook down.
I've never had that. I never had cooked bananas. Somebody
let me
else
tell
said
you.
that to me.
Just get a nice banana. Actually, when you see a banana on a stand, a lot of people like to go for a little bit of the greenish ones, and then they give it a day or two.
Right.
But if you see ones with a lot of speckles on them, get those because they're at their prime. That means that's the sugar coming out.
Really? Is that what
Yep.
the brown spots?
Yep. People think they're old, they're no good. I'm not going to. No, that's the ones I pick.
Really?
But you got to eat them quick.
And then you cook those?
Yep. You can. What I do, I just get a little butter, fry them in the pan, and what happens is that sugar starts coming out of them, and it actually sends out like a caramelized coating.
Really?
Oh, it's so good, and it actually could get a little crunchy, and around the edges, because that's pure sugar from there, coming out. That's almost how they make that banana foster too, like that.
Huh.
Then they put the sauce on it.
I think the only thing I ever experimented with was frying tomatoes. Oh no, I shouldn't say that. I baked apples a couple of times.
Yep, they're good.
Yeah, I like
Exactly.
I like baked apples.
Yeah, that's nice. I've tried that with pears. I like pears, so I tried that too with pears, and that came out really good. With the bananas, when they start, you start seeing all the brown spots on them.
Right.
That's perfect for making banana bread
Really?
because they're at their peak, and that sugar and that flavor mainly, it's all there.
That's it. That's definitely. I got to try. I gotta start experimenting a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm getting hungry talking to you.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It's a good hungry. I'm not thinking about Oreos. I'm thinking about fruit.
Right. Oh, just to throw this in there, there's an excellent excellent. I think I even posted it on my group, but there's even an excellent video on YouTube. It's called, if you could, well, since you're hearing it, it's called Crazy Fruits You Never Heard of. That is one of the most best videos I've seen about all different fruits. And you're interested in seeing all different types of fruits.
Really?
Really good video. It's called Crazy Fruits You've Never Seen. Never heard of. It's really good.
And they're from all over the world, I guess, right?
Yeah, and it's all about tropical land. Like, you'll see what real exotic fruits are.
Wow.
Yep, very good.
Oh, I really appreciate you coming on here today. I really do. I mean, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot today. And the name of your group again is?
Exotic Fruit Lovers.
So it's on Facebook. You just go on the top of Facebook, and in the search bar, put in Exotic Fruit Lovers.
Right. And then when you go into that page, on the very first option on top, it'll say Exotic Fruit Lovers. Click that, and it'll bring you into that page directly.
And anybody can join your page, right?
Yep. It's all for everyone.
And there's all kinds of discussions going on. It's not just basically fruit. You're making friends with other people that have a similar interest.
Exactly.
And
that's another good point for it.
Yeah, so you're gonna you make friends that have like interests, and you never know. You make lifelong friends. I know. I've made a couple of friends in there. Some of your people have come over to my group, and it's nice. I enjoy it. And like I said, this just, I don't know, it tickled me or something to see all this fruit. And like I said, I'm hungry just talking about it. I'm going to experiment now. But
there are so many fruits that people have no idea even exist in this world today.
And it's interesting because, you hear a bunch of people talking about the same thing over and over. This is something that's so different.
Very.
And it just, like I said, it caught me. And it's, to me, when if you would have said to me, just off the cuff, like, oh, I know this thing about fruit, I'd be like, yeah, good for you. But when I looked at it, I'm like, wow, it's like opening up a whole new room to look into.
Exactly.
And
that's the reason why I did that, to enlighten people and educate people on new fruits and vegetables at times that are either healthy, beneficial, or deadly.
Right. And, people, that's another thing. People don't realize. People, they hear, well, we can take herbs because they're natural. Well, not all herbs are good for you either.
That's right.
And the same thing with the fruits. I never knew that. I always thought all fruits were good for you, to be honest with you. But when you said, especially what you said about that other one that tastes like rotten eggs.
Fruit.
Yeah.
And like the star fruit, here I am eating this thing like it's a candy bar. And little did I know, I would have known if I had a kidney issue.
Yeah.
That would have let me know.
Yeah. But no, I really appreciate you coming on and sharing this information with everybody. And but I'd love to have you on again. We can talk about vegetables.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, that's my other big field.
And then one of these days we'll talk about Oreos and see how many people fall over.
Oh, yeah. I got right now I'm up to about 62 different Oreos cookies.
I know. I see when you post those pictures, and I'm looking at them like double stuff, triple stuff. You got peanut butter Oreos and this.
Yep.
I'm looking at
carrot cake.
Yeah, I got to go check my sugar every time I look at your feed.
You know that whole thing started out as a joke. I don't know how it started out, but it started out as a joke that I said, "Look what I'm collecting."
I know.
And boom! It ended up.
When I first seen that, I was like, I remember this guy used to collect cars. Now he's collecting Oreos.
And little did I know, it's a big thing out there. You go on eBay, they'll sell a package for like $42.
I know. There's other people on Facebook that have Oreo collections.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that big.
Yeah.
All I know is that my diabetes, my sugar shoots.
Yeah.
But Dennis, thank you so much.
No
much
problem.
For coming on today. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I'd love to have you back. We talk about vegetables.
Yeah.
With the healthy eating. That's such a big help. You don't realize what a big help you are.
Well,
and
it makes me feel good.
I want people to go over, check out Dennis's site. It's Exotic Fruit Lovers on Facebook. Go over there, join his group, join in, and check out some of his recipes. This guy here, when he gets involved, believe me. He doesn't take a shortcut for anything. So, and if you have questions, you can ask him directly right on his website. Right in the group, you can ask him directly and he'll answer you. So, thanks again.
Yeah, no problem.
And I'll talk to you soon, Dennis.
Okay, I'm glad to be here. Thanks again.
Thank you. Well, I want to thank you for stopping by again this week. And I want to thank Dennis again for stopping by and sharing his expertise on exotic fruit with us. And I know he'll be back. He's a real good guy. And remember this, my friends, things can always be worse. Right now, somebody somewhere wishes they were in your position. So things can always be worse. Hey, do me a favor. If you like the podcast, give us a rating on iTunes. And if you want, send me an email at jimmy@famousapple.com. Tell your friends about us. We'll be back next week, probably a couple of days next week, so keep an eye out. Have a great day. You've been listening to An Apple a Day. My name is Jimmy Apple, and remember, the best medicine you can have is laughter. Talk to you soon, my friends.
Thanks for listening to An Apple a Day with Jimmy Apple, your gateway to a happy, healthy life. Join our community at www.famousapple.com. See you next time.